Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. I joined 4 H when I was 12. I have been volunteering since I was 9. And being very neurodivergent, I have a tendency to say things in possibly the most awkward, squished together version of words you could possibly assemble out of the dictionary. 4 H taught me some really important concepts very early on. And one of those is about paying a compliment. I always wondered why they said paying, because I don't think paying a compliment costs me anything. I feel like it's more important to say giving a compliment. I think it's important to show people that they have value and that what they're doing is important. I think it feeds their souls, and I think it is one of the most important reasons people stay at a job, whether they like it or not, in the minutia of each day. There are some very important aspects of doing a compliment that I find interesting. Raise your hand if you're a wallflower, as we used to say in the day, a watcher. I always thought that being a wallflower meant that I wasn't involved, but it turns out that I am very good at noticing the details, the minutiae of what people do and how they do it. So instead of saying, "Hey, thank you for coming," I will come up to Kelly and say, "I really appreciate the time that you take to find unusual words for us to use as the word of the day, because that stretches us. It makes us bigger." The reason that then connects with her is because it's sincere, it's specific, and it's timely. If I tell her in a month, that wabi-sabi stuff was just the bomb, it probably is not gonna kind of sink in or sit well. I've been at many things, banging that hammer at Habitat for Humanity, and somebody will say, "Thanks for coming." Well, why did I come? But somebody else will come up to me and go, "I noticed as you were hammering, you were making sure to pick up the extra nails so that nobody stepped on them." That extra little bit of effort. I like to notice the things that are different about the way that other people do things, because I think it gives us a seed into their soul to know who they are as a person, not just because they picked something up off the ground, but maybe not just because of the way they approach someone to help them feel more inclusive, but maybe because I knew that person, it was difficult for them to sit down by someone new and say, "I'm really nervous to be here. How about you?" Even if they're not, in an effort to help the other person feel more included, to have their feelings realized, to feel like someone noticed them. And through the time that they sit and they help that person get to know their surroundings, how they fit into their space, and what it is that they can do in this space, that person will come back. That person will want to be included. So I'm going to go up to that person. I'm going to say very quietly that same day, "I really appreciate that you noticed that somebody else was struggling and that you used your previous experience to help bring them in to feel more comfortable in this space. I mean it. I'm specific. And I'm timely." If I tell them later, "Hey, make sure you greet everybody. Thanks. Why are we here?" I want you to feel comfortable being here. I love how we greet new people at the very beginning. and let them know you're involved here. Let's find out what your name is. Why are you here? What do you want to get out of this? So that we can help you find your success. I love that about Toastmasters. I love that it's positive. I love that when we're evaluating, we are exact and distinct about our evaluations. We try to be precise, especially as you become a more unique speaker and really develop your talents. I love that specifically when I went to the board and said, I'm having a problem hearing some people. I can't hear everything. They immediately were willing to find an answer. And I could tell them that. And they will say, hey, now we're going to include closed captioning in the beginning of every single meeting we introduce. That makes us accessible. So I think that I like to give a compliment. I like to take the time to find out why Maria shows up and how she always seems to have kind of a glow on her face with just the right lighting so that I can read her lips. I want to find out specifically how everybody knows how to do timing when I don't have the background, but I've been in Toastmaster for 12 years. All these things I want to find out, and I'm going to learn them by giving a compliment, sharing the value I find in you so that you can find value in me, and together we're going to create a better community. Thank you, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored.